Hey y'all, welcome back to Homemade Simple. If we've not met before, I'm Lori. It is the beginning of a new month, so that means it's time for our July budget review and family update. I am really excited to share some things that are going on with our family, and also I have some really good news for our budget info this month, so let's get started. Okay, so to start, let's discuss a little bit of some personal feelings about the budget and spending this month. I sort of have felt really down on myself and pretty bad about the way that I've been spending money this month. We have a pretty big vacation, family vacation coming up this month. And so, in preparation for that, I've sort of felt a big push to make sure that I had everything in order, buy the extra things that we were going to need to make the vacation as enjoyable and stress free as possible. I have felt like I have been just spending money right and left. Prime Day was also last month, and I did buy a couple of things for Prime Day that I'm really glad that I did buy, and I have enjoyed having them. Some of them, most of them, were for the trip planning purposes, but also they're going to be things that we can use long term. But I just feel like the purchases keep piling up and piling up, and the way I feel is I've been wasteful with my money this month, with our money, and I hate feeling that way. Like I really do not enjoy the feeling in the back of my mind that I'm not doing well with our money, that I'm not being a good steward with our money. And I think that I just really sometimes have to come to terms with the fact that you're going to have to spend money. You can't just go through life and spend zero money. That's why God gives you a money to spend, is because sometimes things are going to come up, and it would be nice if we were self-sufficient, didn't have to go to the grocery store, didn't have to go to Target and buy things, but the reality of my situation is I'm going to buy stuff from Amazon, and that's just the way it is. So I've been really having to sort of work through those emotions, especially lately, the last couple of weeks. I just feel like this bigger stress in my mind of I just don't feel like I'm doing a good job. So saying all of that, after I crunched my numbers, that really helped me. It really helped me to feel better. And I think a lot of how I was feeling was just not knowing. I know that I have talked about this before and I never do anything about it, but I feel like I probably need to have like a running total of my spending. If I'm buying something online, if I'm buying something for food, if I'm buying something for the animals, like I feel like I probably need to just sit down and calculate what has been spent week by week, and then I think it will really help me to be able to feel more in control and more aware of the real situation instead of the not knowing stress building up. I know a lot of you have commented on my previous budget videos that you keep like a little notebook beside your bed or in your purse, and you just, every time you spend something, you add it to that category and keep a running total. And I really think that's a good idea. I really think that I'm going to try to begin the habit of doing that on a regular basis. Just get a small something that I can keep up with, which is going to be a struggle in and of itself, keeping up with something. If I just know what's going on, really know what's going on, instead of sort of guessing at what's happening with the money and just seeing the total in the bank account, I think that would really help me. Because one thing that I have been doing in preparation for our trip is I've been getting cash out to sort of squirrel away for our trip so that we'll be able to have some money to spend on food and souvenirs and, fun things that we want to spend money on. I've been sort of squirreling it away throughout the month of July, and I think that has also sort of shaded the way that I've thought, because I only look at the total on the bank account, how much we have left. I think that has really affected the way that I felt like things were going. But then I realized I have $250 in my purse that I have squirreled away. So that was also something that I was doing, and sort of playing mind tricks on myself that really weren't necessary. And so I think I just really need to do better about being on top of that. So with all that being said, it ended up being a good month. It ended up being really good as far as the groceries. I hope that you have checked out the freezer and pantry cleanout videos. I did 2 of those in July, and those really helped. Although I did buy some of the stuff for the freezer in July, I also have a lot left for the rest of the year to use up. And also the things that I bought on super duper markdown, like the meat that I had purchased. It was like an after Independence Day sale that I just happened upon when we were at Target, and it was like amazing prices on that stuff. So that really helped. I think I skipped at least 1 week of grocery shopping, and maybe I skipped 2. That really helps, because if I go to the grocery store, I can't get out without spending $150, $200. It's just the way that my regular routine ends up costing. And so if I can skip one of those weeks in the month, that really helps the finances for sure. And we didn't go hungry. We are scraping a little bit. People are sort of having to rummage through, but that's a good thing. That means that we've used up the things that we really like to use up, and now we're having to sort of go through the things that we don't really like very much, that we probably shouldn't have bought in the first place, but we did, and we are where we are. So maybe we can filter through a few more of those before we leave on our trip this month. So I'm really feeling good about sort of where we are for August, and also the good results of our budget for July. So before I give you the family update, I'll just go ahead and tell you my numbers for July. My food expenses for July ended up being $390.96. I need to go back and check. I don't think I've ever gone under $400 in a month while I've been doing these videos. And especially what I just told you being true, that number was very surprising. So that made me feel really good. I have fed my family all month, and we have eaten really good food, and it has cost less than $400, less than $100 a week for 5 people to eat good, nourishing food. I feel really good about that. We have been given a good number of vegetables from other people's gardens. I have been trying to garden, but I've gotten like 4 little bitty tomatoes. So I've almost gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm just not a gardener. Gardening is not for me. I'm not good at gardening, but I don't want to give up. I want to keep trying. I do have some stuff growing on the porch that is finally looking good and producing, about to produce. I've got a little squash that's like this big, and some more that are coming. And so even though that's really late and everybody else has already pulled up their squash plants and I'm just now growing mine, it's fine. I live in Alabama. I've got like 3 more months of hot weather. So even if I started late, it's not going to be a big deal. People have given me okra, which I love okra, and the kids do too. So that has been nice. Lots of tomatoes. We've had lots of tomatoes. So we've had some fresh produce without having to spend on that, and that has been really appreciated and really nice. But also those freezer meals really helped. So just as an encouragement to you, if you have food in your freezer, do an inventory. Make a menu for the entire week and see if you can just eat from the food that you already have, shop from your own home, and that will really give you a boost. I know school just is starting back. I know that the things that you have to buy for school are so expensive, and you normally don't have those expenses except right around this time of the year. So a freezer meal plan for the week is going to be really good right about now. So just check out those videos from the last 2 weeks. Maybe they will give you a couple of ideas. And there's a ton of other videos on YouTube about freezer meals. Pinterest is a really good place. Just inventory what you have. Figure out a good way of using it all, and maybe you can skip a week or two like I did and really see a big boost in your budget from it. So the food budget, definite win for this month. Our health items, I mean, we didn't really need anything. We didn't really buy a lot. But I've gotten in a habit of when the girls want to go out and they like to go to TJ Maxx. I don't know if y'all have a TJ Maxx where you live, but I don't really buy a lot of full price stuff at TJ Maxx, but TJ Maxx is the place to get health and beauty care items on the clearance aisle. So like I got 2 packs of vitamins for like $2 each, and they were normally like $30 each. I got some other vitamins. I had told y'all before that my hair was not doing good, that my hair was falling out, and some of y'all said take your multivitamins, take some vitamin B. So I found all of that at TJ Maxx, and it was like $6 or something for all 3 of the things that I really needed. So that has been really nice. Also, it seems to be helping, so thank you for telling me about that. And I'm going to keep on trying to have more vitamin intake and also try to improve our eating a little bit to try to make sure that there's no gaps in nutrition that might be causing my hair loss. But it might just be that I'm 45 and things just start happening when you get older. So I don't know, but I feel better. I feel like my hair has stopped falling out and we're turning the corner. So the health expenses was $47.62 this month. Again, it wasn't really anything we needed. Well, the vitamins, I did need those. But it was just like stuff that I found that was on sale that will be useful later on. I can just sort of squirrel it away. So that was our health and beauty aid section. And then the animals cost $156.52, which is really, really good. I feel like I have turned a corner on the animal cost. I am putting Winnie out on the pasture. Even though our pasture fence has not been repaired from the tornado, that's on the list, but we're waiting for after we get back from our trip to sort of tackle that. She can go into the pasture and stay there, be contented during the day, and then I just pull her out and put her in a pen at night so that she doesn't wander off, because I have gotten calls in the middle of the night like, are you missing your cow? Because there's a cow in my front yard. So she will escape if she gets bored and if she runs out of things that she's really excited about eating in the pasture. So I just pull her into the pen at night and then let her out during the day. Also, if I leave her in the pen, I just buy a big round bale of hay for $50, and that seems to really last a long time, almost 2 weeks. So $25 a week to feed her good quality hay. I mean, that's really good. And then I give her a little bit of supplement feed, but not much. But the chickens have been totally free ranging. Now, I am paying for that because they're not laying in their normal boxes right now. I think the dogs are finding their eggs and eating them, to be honest. So I don't really have a lot of eggs. I have enough to do like baking with, but if we wanted to do like everybody eat eggs every day for breakfast, I don't have enough for that. So I've got to start getting them put up at night, letting them lay, and then letting them out. But for now, I'm happy because I've got other things to do. I'm happy to just let them sort of free range and eat their own food, find their own food, and deal with the consequences that most of them are not laying in the nesting boxes. I know that if I went on an egg hunt, I would probably have a 5-gallon bucket full of eggs. So I know they're somewhere. Either the dogs are eating them or they're probably in a really very strategic hiding spot. But anyway, the goats are free ranging right now. I know a lot of goats are like the quintessential escape artist. The goats that I have are more like yard dogs. So they don't run off. They just stay where they are. Sometimes they'll go hang out in the barn. Sometimes they'll stay in the yard. But they stay in our property area, so they can just free range, eat, and I don't have to feed them, so that's really nice. I'm really feeling good about this month's budget. I was not feeling good when I sat down to do my numbers. I was feeling really down on myself about I do not know how much this is going to be. But I've realized that, number one, it's not as bad as I thought it was, and number two, it's more like I've been spending for things in preparation for the trip instead of I've been wasting money. So I really need to have a mind shift. It's easy for me to, be negative about myself and feel like I'm doing a poor job, when really I just need to sort of revise the way that I look at things and know that, I'm not being wasteful. I'm trying to be a good planner and a good preparer for our trip so that it will be as enjoyable as possible. Okay, now let's talk about family update stuff. This is the first year in probably 15 years that I don't have anybody in school. That feels so weird. Like, as a homeschool mom, I put effort into thinking about what the curriculum is going to be. As the girls got older, they were really involved in what kind of science and history they wanted to take. And so we were always thinking and talking about what curriculum they wanted to use, how I was going to get the books, and when I needed to have them together, when we were going to start school. And there's been none of that talk. So it's been nice to have a break. I think that because Lane is here and because I know that it's coming back very soon, that in 2 years I'm going to be having him in school. So I think that if I knew that I had to close that chapter and it was never going to open again, I would be really sad and I would have had a hard time with Kelsey graduating. But I'm really just happy for her to be finished with school, knowing that I'm going to get a total redo in just a few years, and all of the mistakes that I made when I was homeschooling the girls, hopefully I won't do in the future. I know several of you have said something about wishing that I would add some homeschool videos. I do have a couple of homeschool videos, but the views on those are so low. I got the message that people really weren't interested in that. So as I get closer to getting ready to school Lane, I think what I'm going to do is start another channel and have like a homeschool channel and give some ideas and experiences that I've had through teaching my other children, and then things that I have learned and I'm going to change while I'm preparing for teaching Lane. So if that's something you're interested in and you are the one that has requested those videos, I have heard you. I know that you are out there, and I know that it is something that you would like for me to put out on the channel. So know that that's coming, but I just think the broader audience is not interested in homeschool stuff. So I also hear that, and I try to pay attention to the things that y'all are interested in and not just fill your feed with things that you don't really care about. I want to provide you with videos that you care about watching. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And then as I get closer to the time when Lane begins school, you'll see more and more videos about homeschooling, but you'll see them on a different channel. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you know when that's going to happen, but it'll be a while, maybe next year. So nobody is in school here, but Kendall is about to start her second year of teaching preschool She has done so well, and I'm really proud of her finding her little niche in the world, and she's really good at what she does. She is so energetic and inviting and loving to the children that she teaches, and as a mom, I just love seeing her excel in something that really is a gift that she has. All of the kids love her, all of the parents love her, and that makes me really happy for her that she's found her thing. She's found her place, and she's really happy with what she's doing. So she's about to start back school, and she's excited about that. Kelsey, since she's gotten done with school, has just sort of started the process of thinking about what she wants to do. She doesn't really know yet. There's so many opportunities and options and directions that she can go, which I think is really neat. That when you're that age, she's 17, she's graduated from high school, the world is just full of opportunities and open for different things that she can do, and I'm enjoying watching that process. She does well budgeting her money. She's very frugal in the way that she spends her money and very intentional. That's something that is notable about Kelsey, is how intentional she is. So whenever she has like more money coming in, when she finds the job that she's looking for, or just finds a job that maybe is just a holdover until she really decides what she wants to do, she'll do really well with her money, and maybe she'll teach me some things about budgeting. Lane, he's doing really well. He's speaking a lot better. His speech is just really blooming. Over the summer, I was a little concerned because we had to take a break from his speech classes. At school, they don't offer speech during the summer unless it's a really bad case, and so I was really a little concerned about that. I should not have been. He's doing really well. He's becoming more and more conversational. He's really picking up on different nuances about things that people say, and the little words that have double meanings. He's picking up on that and using his vocabulary in a really fun way. I just love hearing him talk. I know a lot of people with 3-year-olds that say, "Mama, Mama, hey Mama, watch this." I know that it gets overwhelming and you need a break, but I think the experience of him having such a severe case of speech delay has made me really appreciate every single word that comes out of his mouth, and so it has given me more patience in that category of not being frustrated when he has a lot of questions, or when he wants me to see something, or anytime he calls my name. It just makes me happy. So he's doing good. He's growing tall, and when we go to Disney for Kelsey's graduation trip this month, I think he's tall enough to ride the big kid rides. So he's really excited about that too. Chris is doing well. He is just plugging along, trying to get things done and mark things off his list. I feel bad that he's always got such a long list, but I guess that's what happens when you're a dad and a husband. People just keep giving you things to do. But he's doing well. And I feel like I'm feeling better. Those vitamins that y'all encouraged me to take, I feel better about that. I have discovered pour over coffee. If you've never had pour over coffee, you need to try it. It is the best thing, and I'm so excited about it. So that's like the new love in my life is pour over coffee. So if that tells you anything about how exciting my life is, that should say a lot. Well, I think that's all I have. I've given you a lot of unneeded and extra bloviation that you probably could have lived without. But anyway, thanks for watching today. I hope that if you like this type of video, you will let me know in the comments. I really don't know if y'all enjoy these kinds of sit-down talks or not, but sometimes it just, in the schedule, this is what works out. So let me know how you feel about this type of video in the comments. Let me know how your budget is going. I hope that you're able to save as much money as possible in August. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you are still here, I hope that you will do that, because that means that you are going to be a very dear friend to me if you sat and listened to all of this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you, and I will see you again next time.